Hello, welcome to the nutrition portion of the liver transplant patient education class. We'll be discussing some general nutrition recommendations related to liver disease and transplantation. As part of your transplant evaluation, you will have a one-on-one consultation with a registered dietitian, at which time you'll receive more specific recommendations. Please write down your questions. We will answer them for you during your one-on-one consultation. Now that you have a pen and paper handy, let's get started.
Why is good nutrition so important? I thought I was just here to talk about transplant.
That's an excellent question.
We want you to have the best nutrition possible prior to transplant. Our objective as dietitians is to have you on the best diet possible to help your body prevent muscle wasting, improve wound healing, reduce or prevent fluid retention, and obtain an appropriate body mass index, or BMI, for transplant.
Here is a brief summary of our recommendations.
During your one-on-one consultation, your dietitian may recommend having 4 to 6 small portion meals daily, instead of your typical 3 meals per day that you may be used to. Again, this will be determined on a case-by-case basis, so your dietitian will provide the appropriate recommendations during your one-on-one consultation. You should not consume more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium or salt in one day. You should follow a low-salt diet. We do recommend a high-protein diet. We'll discuss good proteins in just a moment. It's important to avoid skipping meals. During your one-on-one consultation, your dietitian may also recommend having a small bedtime snack. Try to include 2 to 3 of the following items on your plate at each of your meals: 2 to 3 servings of vegetables, 1 to 2 servings of whole grains, 1 to 2 servings of fruit, and 2 to 3 ounces of lean protein.
You mentioned a low-salt diet. How much salt is low salt?
We recommend that you limit your sodium or salt intake to 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day. You can divide 2,000 by the number of meals you have in the day. For example, if you're having 4 small portion meals per day, you can divide 2,000 by 4, which would give you 500 milligrams of sodium per meal. You don't have to count the sodium throughout the day. We can show you ways to make substitutions to follow a low-sodium diet.
Too much sodium can make you feel thirsty, cause fluid weight gain, and even lead to high blood pressure. Salt is mostly sodium, so it's important to learn how to reduce the amount of salt in your diet. Here are some tips to help you stay healthy and shake off the salt. Eating smarter begins with shopping smarter. Shop the outer aisles of the grocery store or visit your local farmers markets to choose fresh foods. Fresh is best, and there are many great foods to choose. Forget fast foods. If you do treat yourself to fast food, do it in moderation, and remember your portion sizes. Discover bold flavors by selecting spices. There are lots of ways to make food tasty. Instead of salt, try big, bold spices like paprika, chili powder, rosemary, garlic powder, or basil. Learn the lingo and read the label. There's a whole special language of nutritional information, and the more you know it, the better you'll be able to shake off the salt. Choose foods with a percentage daily value of less than 10% for sodium. Also, choose sodium-free or low-sodium foods. Foods that are labeled reduced sodium or light in sodium can still be high in sodium or high in potassium, so always check the nutrition facts. Consuming less sodium makes you feel less thirsty, helps you retain less fluid, and improves your health.
Good protein sources would be high-protein foods that are lower in salt, which include milk, milk powder, and soy milk. Cheese, such as Swiss, ricotta, and low-sodium cottage. Yogurt. Canned fish and water, eggs, unsalted nuts, dried legumes, fresh meat and fish, and unsalted peanut butter. During your one-on-one nutrition consultation, you may be recommended to consume a bedtime snack. Examples of healthy bedtime snacks include a peanut butter sandwich using unsalted peanut butter, a glass of milk and slice of toast, a glass of milk and cup of fruit, a smoothie or nutrition supplement such as Boost or Ensure. If a nutrition supplement is already part of your diet, please let your dietitian know during your one-on-one consultation. Other great bedtime snacks include fresh fruit with unsalted peanut butter or yogurt with fresh fruit. It's highly recommended that you try to avoid processed foods, salted nuts or peanut butter, frozen meals, canned foods, any type of salt, cured foods, fried food, and fast food. We'll teach you how to find healthy substitutions for foods that you should avoid.
That's a great list of foods I should not eat. Can you give me some examples of food that I should be eating?
Absolutely.
It's best to eat home-cooked meals. Use Mrs. Dash or equivalent to season your foods. You may also use individual herbs and spices, lime juice, lemon juice, and peppers. Try making homemade casseroles. Choose fresh or frozen fruits and vegetables, eggs, fresh or frozen fish and chicken, and milk, yogurt, and cheese.
Will I have to follow the same diet even after transplant?
Not quite. During your hospital stay after your transplant surgery, you'll receive more nutrition education. Recommendations will be slightly different because they're based on the medications you'll be taking after you are transplanted. Here's an overview of the nutrition recommendations you will probably receive after your transplant surgery.
Generally, it is recommended that you have 3 well-balanced meals per day. Follow a heart healthy diet, which includes low salt and low fat. You should avoid concentrated sweets, such as soda and juice. Due to medication interactions, you should avoid all grapefruit and pomegranate. It's important to read the labels, as grapefruit and pomegranate extracts are sometimes unexpectedly found in food or drinks. We'll teach you some food safety guidelines. Since your immune system is suppressed after transplant, it's important to follow these recommendations closely.
Is there anything else you recommend to help me prepare for transplant? Stay active.
It is extremely important that you remain active before and after transplant. Exercise of any type is a great way to shape up and stay in shape. You should aim to exercise approximately 150 minutes per week. Check with your physician before starting any exercise regimen to ensure there are no contraindications.